Hey everybody, Ben here from Cinderblock Studios, and today we're looking at two different types of painting supports. Canvas and wood. What is the difference between the two? What are the advantages and disadvantages? And why should you care? That and more coming up. So for our two painting supports today, I'm going to give you an overview of both, the advantages and disadvantages of them, as well as a few tips of my own. On the canvas side of things, we're specifically going to be talking about stretched canvas, and on wood, generally speaking, either a flat panel of wood or a cradled piece of wood. Either way, it's a flat piece of wood. So whether you buy pre-stretched canvases or stretch your own, you're going to have a variety of textures from very smooth to very rough. If you are somebody who stretches your own canvas though, like I do most of the time, you're looking at the ability to really kind of customize your individual surface. And stretched canvases are either cotton duck canvas or linen. Either way, you're getting just a variable texture from very smooth to very rough. One thing that is a little different about stretched canvas versus a canvas board or a wood panel is that there's a little bit of give to it. When you're painting specifically with your brushes, you're going to have a little bit of a push to that, which tends to feel a little bit more natural when you're painting, but that little bit of a give does end up wearing out over time. Now, given how much that canvas will stretch either both while you're working or just over time as the painting gets older and older, will depend on a couple of factors. First is that if the canvas itself, whether that be pre-stretched or something you stretch yourself, is the canvas quality good, and how tightly was it stretched and how well was it gessoed. Those kind of factors will play into how much looser that canvas will get over time. Granted, if you've been working on canvas before though, this little bit of a bounce and give is something you know already, so not that big of a deal. And that idea of it stretching over time, again, it's not huge. Now on the wood panel side, you're not only getting wood panels, so something like a maple or an oak, sometimes even pine or poplar woods are used, but you're also thinking of something maybe like a masonite or a particle board that is gessoed, something like this ampersand mastered panel. Wood panels, considering they have a nice hard rigid surface, are perfect for artists who want to be a little bit rougher with their paintings, either just pushing more with the brush, getting a lot more pressure, or simply just adding a lot more media onto the painting support. In adding more media, essentially what I'm saying here is that you can be able to put more physical texture. A lot of times mixed media artists will love wood panels because they can just grab like cloth, burlap, whatever they feel like putting in, metal flakes and pieces, because the wood will hold up to that. Canvas won't do it so much. It should be noted though, if you're painting on wood, a lot of times it's said that those paintings tend to look a little bit flatter. So in order to get that rich depth of color and medium, a lot of times that's why people choose to do canvas over wood. However, in terms of the support's texture itself, for the most part, your wood surface is going to be very, very smooth. So if you just don't like the concept of having a textured support like you do on canvas, then you're probably going to love wood. Although just like on canvas, how you can use something like maybe molding paste to smooth that texture out, you can use another acrylic medium or really any other kind of painting medium in a variety of different things, watercolor or oil painting mediums, to give texture to the wood. Or you can just do it the old-fashioned way and sand your wood panel with some rough sandpaper. Another one of the downsides to wood panels though is if you paint a lot and if you do anything like an unstretch to your canvas or painting over your canvas. On a canvas that's good, on wood it tends to get a little bit harder to do that, and you can't reuse your supports so much. This is why a lot of times people just shy away from using wood, because it's a lot more permanent of a support. So you kind of have to really be sure you're painting something you want to stay on there on that wood panel. And that level of permanence for some is a little intimidating. So what do I really suggest here? Well, to start, while canvas is nice as a starter, wood can often be the much cheaper alternative in the long run. While it's pretty easy to stretch your own canvas, it's not so easy to build your own stretcher bars, in which case you're going to be buying sort of pre-cut stretcher bars and just putting them together. However, if you want to really kind of build your own stuff, I highly suggest trying to build your own wood panels, because it's much easier to build a quick square of wood and then slap a piece of plywood on top of it than it is to kind of cut out the grooves and try and make your own canvas bars. For most traditional paints, stretched canvas or wood are great options for you, but do keep in mind that storage is always a factor. While I personally prefer canvas, I do work on wood from time to time because, it's nice to have that variety, and depending on the project, I feel like it just sometimes works a little bit better on wood than it would on canvas. So whether you're new to painting or you've been doing it for years, what have you guys used? If you use canvas on a regular basis, have you ever considered wood? Or if you use wood panels and cradled wood boards all the time, why not try canvas? As a painter myself, I am always interested in what you guys have to say, so let me know what you guys use in the comments below. Subscribe for more if you're not already, and this has been from Cinderblock Studios. See you guys next time.